Voice training and classical music. Classical music training is absolutely essential for anybody, either if he wants to become a classical musician or any other kind of musician. This is a well-known fact. Of course, there have been many great vocalists who have become great without ever having learned classical music. But if you look at the careers and the music of those who have learned classical music, like Lata Mangeshkar ji, Asha Bhosle ji, P. Sushila ji, Vani Jairam ji, all of them, K.J. Yesudas ji, all of them, you can know that what they are capable of doing. And always we've had the great S.P. Balasubramaniam sir constantly extolling the virtues of learning classical music. So, there are two purposes of learning classical music. One is to become a classical musician, either a Hindustani classical musician or a Carnatic classical musician. In my opinion, there is not much difference between these two. Fundamentally, they have the same musical ethos and vocal ethos and structural principles. They manifest a little differently. The purpose of learning classical music when you don't want to pursue classical music is to become a literate and aware musician, because it is only in classical music that music has been understood, analyzed and broken down and derived into grammar. Just like anybody can speak, but not everybody knows grammar, and there has to be grammar available in a language for a child or learner to pick it up. Along with grammar comes a teaching method. They go together. So, training is done when the style of singing is broken down into grammar, and automatically the style becomes somewhat rigid, because grammar means it has to be done this way. That usually tends to happen in tradition. So, flexibility reduces, but depth increases, and that's an entirely different conversation. We don't get into that. Now, the purpose of learning classical music fundamentally for any musician is that you learn the Swaras. Learning Swaras doesn't mean that without learning Swaras you can't sing a song. You can sing a song, but you will not know what the notes exactly are. You will have a sense of the notes, but not know what they are. When you learn Saregama Padanisa, you know what the notes are, what the 7 notes are, what the 12 notes are, how they combine into different scales, etc., etc. You also learn about tals, how the talas are constructed. You get a sense of tala, you get a sense of calculation, so you become an aware and able musician. However, when you are learning classical music for the purpose of light music, and also when you want to become a classical musician, there are certain aspects you need to be very careful of. Two things. One is vocal registers and the other is gamaka, especially if you're learning Carnatic music. I will discuss these two in 2 videos.